So it's Saturday, typically a very big day as far as sneaker releases goes. Now today, we got Nike, Jordan brand, going head to head versus Adidas in the clash of the titans. The two leaders in the industry going head to head versus each other. Now, on one side, you know, you have a lot of recent headlines. Speaking on Nike's recent leadership change, many people have been overly critical about their lack of innovation. And I feel like as far as today's releases, it's kind of a perfect example of that, where you have Nike, Jordan brand dropping the Jordan 1 Low Mocha, a new iteration of a sneaker which originally released all the way back in 1985, before I was born, probably before a lot of y'all watching were born. And then on the other side of things, you got Adidas, who've dropped one of the new hottest performance models that we've seen in the last recent years, or maybe even a little bit before that, in the Adidas AE1 Low Lucid line, which originally the nickname was floating around like Slime Green, which I feel like that name is way better. But of course, in typical Adidas fashion, when it comes to these Anthony Edwards releases, generally you'll have like a cool nickname floating around, but by the time the official release drops, they'll come with like a more proper corporate type of name. So they're calling them Lucid line, but for me, them joints are still Slime Green. Now, as far as this take, nothing groundbreaking. They're kind of keeping things simple, you know, as far as the formula with this colorway, just a simple black lime green sneaker. Now, something noteworthy to mention, that as far as the back heel tab, the 3 stripes, which typically when it comes to the Anthony Edwards 1 releases, they used to add like a little pop of color, but it seems like since they've been dropping some of the low top versions, you know, that color seems to match up with the general theme of these sneakers. So just something noteworthy to mention. Now, as far as this sneaker, great model. I feel like they're very comfortable, and I would know because I was just shooting a couple hoops this morning in my AE1 lows. I would say definitely do take a little breaking in. They do fit a little tight around the toe box area, so I would definitely suggest, if you guys are looking to pick these up, to probably round up at least a half a size. But once you do so, I feel like they feel great. Now, you do have to tighten them up if you do plan on actually hooping in these, as the back heel does have a little slippage in them, which is why I actually do prefer the mid-top version as far as just functionality and looks wise. But AE1 Low, a great take on that model. Now, as far as this slime green version, for me, I feel like these weren't a must cop. We did see these drop via Adidas this morning, which when it comes to these releases right here, they're usually not like a instant sellout or anything like that, but you do want to usually hop on these, as you'll generally notice that like a couple of days after the release, most of the bigger sizes will be gone. So as far as this colorway, a cool take. I feel like as far as a must cop, definitely not. I'm satisfied with just one AE1 low colorway and one mid. So let me know if you guys grab these today, retailing at 110 bucks, drop via Adidas, Foot Locker, as well as a whole other bunch of sites. Now, speaking of the AE line, very successful for Adidas basketball, and with the expectations for the Anthony Edwards 2 now out the roof, I feel like anything that they drop probably won't really live up to those expectations. So previously we did see a little sample of the AE2 floating around, which Adidas was very quick to let us know that that model would not be the AE2. It seemed like a lot of people weren't really feeling those, but then recently a new AE2 sample has surfaced, in which Adidas has kept their mouth very quiet on these. We did take a little look at these when the images first leaked, but now Soul Retriever has now given us another official look, some more detailed images of this sample, which originally I was saying that they were all right, but I would say now, based off these new images, I'm really a big fan of the toe box area. So I do kind of like the direction that they're taking with these. Will they top the AE1? I would probably say most likely not, but I do appreciate them taking things into a kind of new direction. I feel like they're not an exact clone of the AE1, but kind of do have that design language, but as well taking things into a new direction. So I don't know if these are gonna feature like this translucent clear plastic feature on these, or if this is just something that is a detail for this sample model. But I would say let's go ahead and reserve judgment for the AE2, as I'm sure this probably won't even be the official colorway. So we'll see what Adidas is cooking up. You know, if they throw in some nice color schemes on this model right here, they could have something successful. So we'll see how it goes. As far as the Anthony Edwards line, it looks like Adidas is still continuing to pump out new colorways of the low and mid-top version, and it looks like they are reserving the debut of the AE2 until 2025. And for these Jordan 1 Low Mochas, which we did see drop today, now tell me, this is not the perfect fall colorway. So as far as this release, you could say that this is essentially the low top version of the Jordan 1 Mocha, which originally dropped back in 2020. A fan favorite at the time, you know, especially coming off of the hype of the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Mocha. I would say most definitely a fan favorite. Now, as you know, back in 2019, 2020, like the Jordan 1 hype was at an all-time high. And you can say now here in 2024 that has kind of cooled off or simmered off a little bit, but still it is a testimony to just how timeless this model is, which originally dropped all the way back in 1985. It's just incredible to think that almost 40 years afterwards, people are still rocking this pair. And I gotta give a huge salute to my man, Mr. Bread and Butter. Make sure you guys check out his channel. He did confirm to me that they did this pair right. So as far as the release, we did see these hit the sneakers app as well as pretty much everywhere else this morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. And in typical Nike fashion, once the launch ended, they hit us with a little fake sellout, only for them to transfer all the inventory over to Nike.com, in which they were available for like an hour until they sold out, to which now they're back up on the site in a full size run. So I would just wish that Nike would start with all the shenanigans and just let us buy the sneakers we want without having to jump through all of the hoops. So as far as this pair right here, I would say a great take on the Jordan 1 Low. If you're into this model, I would say this might be a must cop for you. A lot of people are saying one of the best Jordan 1 Low colorways of the entire year. And of course, we know the trends, they come and go. At one time, the Jordan 1 was one of the hottest sneakers, maybe no longer, but don't let any of these hype beasts try to tell you that these joints ain't hot. So in this weekend's battle of the sneaker heavyweight champs, who are you taking? Do you have Adidas with the AE1, one of the hottest new performance driven models on the market? Or are you guys rocking with Nike Jordan Brand, who hit us with a little blast from the past with the Jordan 1 Low Mocha? Now, before you actually make your final decision, just hold up 1 minute, because Adidas has a little trick up their sleeve, as they also dropped the Bad Bunny Gazelle today, which I don't know what took Adidas so long to give one of their hottest signees a collab with one of their most popular classic models in the Gazelle. Now, we saw what happened with those Puerto Rico blue joints. People were going crazy for those, a lot of positive reception around that release, although they were very difficult to obtain. As far as this take on the Indoor Gazelle, this pair seems to be a lot more widely accessible. So we did see these joints hit the confirmed app raffle, which did end today for 140 bucks. Now, if you guys didn't actually enter that raffle, we did see these drop via select retailers, as well as if you did miss out completely, Adidas did create a special website specifically for this release. So if you guys are looking to purchase these, which retail at 140 bucks, check out badbunnyadidas.com, where it looks like at the time of this recording, you have just almost about a full size run available. So it seems like people seem to be rocking with this pair. A simple white color scheme. You got a nice little gun bottom on here, classic black Adidas 3 stripes. You gotta love it right here. So as far as this weekend's releases, it seems like as far as all 3 of these big releases from the heavyweights of the industry, it seems like all of these pairs were basically obtainable. So it's kind of one of those things where if you wanted the sneakers, you could have got them, man. As far as like resale and all that shit, it's pretty much dead as far as determining if a sneaker is hot or not. So I feel like when we talk about sneakers being like a cop or not, I think we should kind of throw that whole resale thing out the door, as it seems like nowadays pretty much like 90% of sneakers that drop nowadays no longer have resale value. So that shit is out the door. Just cop sneakers if you like them, and if a sneaker is genuinely hot and people are rocking with them like that, you know, they will organically go up in resale value over time. But like the days of sneakers selling for like $100, $200, $300 over retail before the release date and all that good stuff, them days are long gone. So it's just all about the essence and getting back into sneakers. So we had a great release day. Jordan Brand, Jordan 1 Low Mochas, Adidas, a little blast from the past with the Gazelle Indoor, as well as some from the future with the Anthony Edwards Low, Lucid, Lime, whatever they're calling them, but you know, we call them Slime Green. So let me know if you guys copped anything today. Drop your feedback down below. So just wanted to check in with y'all here on this calm little sneaker release Saturday. I appreciate everybody. Of course, I'll be back with you guys on Monday for JA News, but in the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.